Hello everyone, and welcome back to WolfQuest, where we are here with the Wayfinders pack and the pups who have just gotten their names. So thank you all to everyone who sent those in. I've gone ahead and picked from your suggestions. So we have Caribou, Magpie, Blueberry, Denali, and we're missing one. Firefly, that's right. Okay, there we go. So Firefly is the one who was constantly picking up the glow stick for a little while there. She's 45F. A lot of you guys wanted to see that name for her. Of course, we had to get our berry name in here, and the rest were just different names that you guys felt would be fitting. As always, thank you to everyone who sent in names, even those who didn't get used. You're free to submit names again in the future, and we'll be doing this for every litter for the most part. But we've got territory to mark, and oh, I did want to look at known wolves as well, because yeah, okay, so Aretha is still a pack leader. Buffalo Plateau completely died off. Meadow's still out there somewhere, but I did notice coming back to this, I don't see Glitch on here, so I kind of want to find out what happened to Glitch. So is he still listed? Yes. Oh, it looks like he died too. Man, that's a sad ending for him. I kind of was hoping that he would have found a mate and been able to head off and start a family of his own, but, and I mean, maybe he did, for all we know. That's just the best we can make of it. But that's unfortunate. That it's not quite, I don't know, it just feels like we've had a lot of wolves, and I guess it's Glitch and Blackberry both have met unfortunate ends from as far as we can tell. But maybe he pulled through, maybe he had his unique luck kick in again, maybe it was just the appearance of his demise, or maybe he actually did meet with an ill end. We may never know. In any case, we need to focus on training up the current pups that we do have, and hopefully get them up to a full experience. They're at about 55-ish pounds, 56-ish. Magpie looks like she's the smallest at present, so we need to find some elk and get hunting and get marking some of this territory. I'm going the wrong way. I wanted to mark this hex here. So let's set out to that, and hopefully we'll find a herd along the way. Oh, phew. The wind direction's been bad today, so we haven't actually found a herd until now, but fortunately we did stumble on one in the process of marking. We just kind of looped around down here, and honestly, we might mark this final hex as we go through on the hunt if we're given the chance. First, though, we need to scare the herd into running, and they seem like they're being pretty stubborn. Oh goodness, Huckleberry's taking some risks, but we seem to have gotten them on the move. That is very, very good. We got to stay out of the fray for a minute here. The pack has gotten large enough, and like I do expect we'll start to see more dispersals soon. We had Meadow leave already, but the pack is so big that we might honestly want to contemplate bringing down 2 elk, especially if one of them is a calf. So I might wait for a calf to fall, see if we can swarm it, and then attack the mother as well. I was like, what is going on with the music? Apparently there's a mule deer or something nearby, but I don't like where we're running, so we might want to steer these guys back up onto the cliffs. Somebody's fallen. We can probably go after. Okay, this is a cow elk. That still works. Well, no, maybe not. She's up and running again already. Let's see if we can get these guys back into a better area to hunt. Oh, calf down. All right, let's see if we can start to finish it off. All right, we're gonna let these guys swarm, and then while they're in the middle of that, we will go for the mother, see if we can bring her down as well. She's pretty full on health, but she's gonna risk doing a lot of damage if we can't go after her here. So hopefully we can just get a good attack in. Oh, she is gonna run. All right. Well, we are still doing pretty good damage to her, so it might still be worth continuing to attack. I think she's fairly tired from that. We can't really get out in front of her until she stops running, but yeah, we're draining her pretty fast. Oh, we got an injury though. That's not ideal. Yeah, I think she's sufficiently weakened. This will be a good opportunity to get quite a lot of food here. I'm just a little concerned with the number of wolves that we actually have, that we might need to might need to start hunting a little bit more. Oh, Cascade's gotten an injury. This is definitely risky business. Firefly running in for the throat bite there. Oh, and Huckleberry jumping to help. We should be able to finish her off. And if we need to eat a little bit more, we can head back and go and eat the calf as well. Yeah, The pack is very big. I would not be surprised if we have someone disperse overnight or in the morning. I definitely think we're going to see more as the season progresses, but nevertheless, the pups did well. They're well on their way to starting their journey of learning, so that is a very good thing. Wow, yeah, we didn't quite finish it in one go, but if we want any chance of a midnight snack, we're gonna have to go back to that other carcass. Firefly is the only one who's still finishing up, but man, it is insane to be able to plow through this much food at once. It looks like even Blueberry was still a little bit hungry. Goodness gracious. Oh, okay, guess we're not getting a midnight snack after all. Well, we might just have to keep doing that. That seems to have worked out for us now. It is a little bit risky, but if we've got bears on the carcass, I was hoping we'd be able to top off a little bit. I guess we'll just have to plan on another big hunt. Alright, another new morning is here. I think we're just gonna mark some territory here because some of this is starting to decay. Buffalo Plateau is already almost gone, and it looks like Lava Creek might actually be focused on dealing with Malin Creek here, which of course, as we know, is Aretha's pack. We don't actually know who her mate is either. We apparently have not met him, so she might have her paws full dealing with them, or maybe they have their paws full dealing with her, knowing Aretha. It might be a little while before we have too many attacks, but we'll see. I've known packs trek across the map before to go after people, so it's not impossible. We'll just have to see if any of them actually feel like doing that right now. In any case, let's just make sure that we're continuing to get the territory marked, brush up on that, and hopefully find another elk herd along the way. Perfect. I smell another elk herd, or maybe even the same one, depending, and here they are. We'll see if we can go ahead and do just what we did the last time. Coda's running in this time, being very, very bold about it, but I think if we can just give chase, wait for a calf to fall, and then swarm both calf and mother, that should be plenty when it comes to food, and sometimes one of them gets taken over in the night, but that's kind of how these things are. If not, you get a nice midnight snack. Oh my goodness, Firefly is pretty bold. She is running in ahead of everybody else to try and make an attack here. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's a little bit bold, although Denali's doing the same. Goodness, these girls are very, very confident. Then again, knowing their parents, maybe that shouldn't come as a surprise. Oh, okay, we've got a calf that went down. I targeted the wrong thing and targeted one of the pups by accident, but hopefully... Okay, well, the mother didn't even show up, I guess. So that's one free meal, but that's definitely not going to be enough to feed the pack, so we may as well keep going after that herd once everybody's eaten. They must have buffed how much food the elk calf carcasses have, because this lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to. But then again, maybe some of the wolves were still pretty hungry from growing pups, but we are actually all full. So it's still very early in the day. What I think I'm gonna do is finish our marking here. Oh yeah, we'll mark what remains of this as well. But I think we'll finish our marking, and then if we're hungry by then, because our hunger probably will decay a little bit, then maybe we'll do a second hunt. But if not, I think this will probably actually be enough to carry us through the night, so that's not too bad for the start of a new day. I hear some dispersals howling over here, and I don't know who that is, but they sound close. So I figured I would go and just stick my head over across the stream to see who. Oh. I was thinking maybe it was going to be one of our pups, but perhaps not. Who is this? 1824F. Okay, so this is a female. She's having some trouble here. She's struggling a bit with the water. That's not the most promising. But you know what? Maybe. Oh, there we go. Hello. I don't know how I feel about this, but, you know, it makes sense. The pack is large. Surely some of the pups are keen on setting out and starting their own families. I don't know. Do we know where she's from? She is Sage Creek. She's new around here. Okay. Okay. The pups of the year, Firefly's putting her head down, so is Caribou. They seem kind of suspicious. Oh, I don't know who was growling at her, but apparently she wasn't too keen on putting up with it. Well, that was worth investigating, but no courtships today, it would seem. Is this just her scent? Yes, okay. That's fine. I was kind of hoping it might be Meadow. I guess it's not going to be Aretha now that she's started her own pack, but I don't know where Meadow got off to either, and it's always nice to run into our dispersed pups when we're out there. We actually haven't seen Aretha at all since she dispersed. She just slipped off into the wilderness. We almost tracked her down once, I think, but she stayed just ahead of us, and now she's founded her own pack, so she's probably going to be a lot more defensive if we ever encounter her again. So it's nice when you have the chance to have those meetings of bumping into your pups in the wilderness, and it can be a little bit more friendly. I would love it if we could see Meadow again, but I guess today is not going to be that day. I've turned back inward to track this elk herd because I think we do want to hunt again. We're not all that hungry, but it would be nice to just top off before we have to sleep, so maybe we'll see if we can make a quick kill while we still have a little bit of stamina left. I don't want to wait until we get too tired, and I feel like sleeping hungry is just going to give us a little bit less wiggle room for when we wake up, so I'd rather we do this now and just get it out of the way if we can find this herd. Hopefully they're somewhere close by. I don't think they're too far off. Okay, this is a different herd, but we found a cleaner scent and it led us right to them. So let's just see if we can scare them into running. We don't need to probably bring down a cow, just whichever one is gonna trip most quickly, probably. Whatever ends up being easiest and closest for us to grab. So let's run them a little bit, see if any of them stumble and fall. And generally at that point, the swarm and kill method is pretty effective. Oh, somebody's down. Let's go ahead and run in. It is a cow, but she's actually fairly weakened, although she's still got it in her to run. We do have to watch a little bit then that she's not going to kick the pups really hard, because that could be a bit of a problem, but she's wearing out quickly, so I think we'll be fine, especially now that she's stopped. Let's try to let them get some bites there. As long as nobody's getting too hurt, yeah, we want her to get that experience and be able to learn how to bring down an elk, and there we go. If you can get the pups to bite while the elk is on the ground like that, that's actually the best time for it, because you take very little damage and they learn pretty quickly, and in terms of experience, they're actually doing quite well. It's almost 60 pounds-ish. They're already up to in the 80s for the most part, so that's not bad at all. But this should last us for much of the night, so I think we'll go ahead, we'll let everybody eat, and see what the next day brings. Oh, that's a problem. I was just gonna see if we could fend off this wolverine and get an attack on the carcass. This guy is chasing me. Okay, who's here? Oh, this is a larger pack. Hold on. Is this a pack that we know? It is. Oh, this is Lava Creek. Oh boy, not to just like freeze in the middle of this. Oh, and looks like Malin Creek, that's Aretha's pack, is expanding as well. Oh boy, I didn't realize these guys were actually so strong. Okay, you're kind of weak. Yeah, that could be an issue. This could be a little bit of an issue. I'm not used to having larger packs on this map. Okay, we kind of gotta watch because they could cause problems for the pup. Actually, the pups are kind of shredding them though. Raven's got a minor injury. I don't think anybody's too low on, oh, okay, we're getting some injuries. I don't think anybody's too low on health yet, but I'm mostly watching the pups, and I can't actually watch the adults here. Oh gosh, you are weakened. I feel like Aden is going to probably do his classic demise here. He's not too keen on letting intruders go unwarned. That if you mess with the Wayfinders, it's going to be a problem. But we do want to make sure the rest of these guys. Oh, they're taking our dang carcass too. We don't want to make sure that nobody is taking too much damage from them here. I think we will just finish off this wolf here when we have the chance. Sorry, 2219F. You are today's unfortunate. You have been selected for death. Hopefully none of the older wolves are taking too much damage. You can't actually see that very well in the moment, but I think most of the pack is on the run anyway, and it looks like that was all that was needed for Lava Creek to give up. Let's go back and defend our carcass before these guys get any funny ideas about stealing it. But that was a little bit intense. I didn't remember that Lava Creek was bigger. We'd actually never met them before. Are you guys coming back for more? You think you're gonna go through this way? You are not. I'll kill another wolf if I have to. Get out. Oof. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had a larger pack attack us, but as I saw on the map here too, did anybody get too hurt? Nobody really got too hurt. Mulberry took the brunt of it, I think, and he's still doing all right. Or she, sorry. Mulberry is our only female berry thus far. All the others have been males. But yeah, I was gonna say, Malin Creek is this light green one here. That's the one that I'm really watching because that is Aretha's pack. We've still not met any of the other wolves from it, but we've met the wolves from this pack now. Unfortunately, it's one of the yearlings who ended up paying the price for that ill-advised attack, but it looks like 1829 and 1424 are the pack leaders. Something tells me we're going to be seeing more of these guys, and I would not be surprised if they get to the idea of trying to steal a hex on their way out. So we'd better get our midnight snack in and then hurry up and rest the night so that we are more than ready to counter them if they decide they want to make that attempt. Alright, morning is here, but I don't want to waste time. We have some territory to mark, so let's head down. I think we're just going to sweep around the edge there, make sure we get that cleared, and hopefully get another hunt in while we have the chance to. Again, we probably shouldn't be all that hungry. I think we're down to, like, yeah, 80s, 90s. That's not too bad at all, but when you have the possibility of a random attack like that, you never know when you're going to end up taking more damage than you think, so it's wise to stay full when you can. But hopefully this will be a fairly straightforward marking day. We'll see if Lava Creek decides to cause us any problems, and so that's kind of why I'm starting over here, because if they do, we should be in a good position to just sweep right by and address that quickly. Oh. I didn't expect that. We were just crossing the river, and it looks like Cascade has decided to head out. We'll go ahead, we'll make a save, we'll continue as Aden, and I guess this must have struck you as a good spot to make your new home. Oh, we're gonna miss you, but this does leave you with an open door to the wilderness, especially with Buffalo Plateau disappearing here, so I don't blame you, but the least we can do is get to see you off with a good howl. I think Aden feels a little guilty that he didn't get to do that for Meadow, but at the same time, we were kind of dealing with a starvation incident, and I think with Meadow leaving in the middle of that, maybe deciding that at least she could be one less mouth to feed if she set out and found her own food, then I think she probably would understand. But as for Cascade, at least we'll get the chance to see you off properly, and I hope wherever you end up, you find your path. But we're gonna head on. We've just started marking territory along here, and let's see. Yeah, 2 of the 2-year-olds have left. Who all have we got left now? We have Kenai and Huckleberry, our remaining 2-year-olds. Seneca we still have with us. She's 3 years old from our first litter, and then Merida, Coda, and Mulberry are from the second litter. Let's head out this way though, continue our marking, and see, maybe we'll get a hunt in over on these plains. I think they have some elk very often. Speaking of, it looks like there is indeed a herd over here, but I want to mark these hexes first. Which scent is this? Oh, Buffalo Plateau, Coyote Creek. I guess this is where all of the dispersals have gone. That makes sense, because it is no man's land. I was kind of hoping maybe we'd smell Wayfinders in there. Mill Creek, Coyote Creek, Lake Como. I don't know. I'm not sure if Meadow's over here or not. If she is, it'd be nice to visit her, but for now, let's just see if we can get a hunt in, and if we find her, that would be great, but I don't know if we will. Yeah, I'm not surprised that this is, where in the world? Oh, okay, it's thinking we're marking the wrong hex. There we go. I was gonna say, I'm not surprised that this corner has become Dispersal Central, seeing as it's the least well-marked area in the map. They are thriving over here, I'm sure. But hopefully that means that it's a good spot for them to hang out and find food in relative safety, at least until another pack moves in. All right, here we go. Here is our elk herd. Let's see if we can drive them this way. We need to mark more territory towards the northwest here, so the least we can do is try to gently encourage them in that direction. This is pretty close to spawn, isn't it? I think I recognize this territory. But in any case, we'll just do what we often do and wait for one to fall, see if we can seize an opportunity and get a clean kill. There's a fish back there. I just barely saw that. I think one of the pups may have grabbed it, but that's really funny. I haven't seen a fish in quite a long time. Oh, somebody's down. It looks like a calf, and that should be a quick kill. I am gonna see if we can grab the mother too, just so that she doesn't attack anybody, but that worked out. All right, we'll let her go because we're not all that hungry. This should be enough to feed what remains of our hunger bar and hopefully still get the pups a little bit of experience in the process. Oh, wait a second. I was just sniffing these dispersal scents. I do smell wayfinders somewhere over here. All right, this is important. We're gonna go looking. We're gonna see if this is Meadow, if we can find her again. It could also be Cascade, I suppose. There's just a lot of dispersal scents in this direction, so we may or may not actually be able to track her down. But we will see. We will see. We've got a little time. Oh, there's a whole load of dispersals traveling this way, and Wayfinders is among them, but it looks like... Who are you? Bear Trap? Mill Creek. Oh, okay. Looks like you are here looking for courtship. I bet that's what the others are doing too. But one has turned back and boldly come to see if she can court any of our pups. We'll see. She seems a bit of a skittish one. But perhaps she's got... Oh, is that... Which gray code is that? That actually might be one of the NPC codes? I can't tell. I'm not sure offhand. I don't know all of them very well. But we'll see. I don't think we've had a successful dispersal courtship just yet. I'm guessing Huckleberry and Kenai are the ones that she might actually be interested in. They're both 2 and both males, so that would be likely. I guess technically Coda is eligible too, though. Yearling's a little young to leave, but it's definitely possible, especially this time of year. He'd be more like a year and a half. She definitely seems to be taking an interest in Huckleberry there. I don't know, Kenai. Kenai's maybe kind of challenging there. They're both trying to win her over. There might be a little bit of brotherly competition going on here. It'll be interesting to see if she actually chooses one of them. They're definitely both very interested, and the rest of the pack is just absolutely circling. She's sticking around what feels a little bit longer than some of the others have, so maybe there's some interest here. Maybe this is possible. I feel like she's really focused on Huckleberry, but sometimes it's hard to tell. Aww. I think Aden feels okay with this. It's always bittersweet to see the pups leave, but they've got to start their own lives. That's really cute, actually. That's extremely cute. But they've got their own lives to lead, and at some point, for most of them, that probably will lead them away from the Wayfinders. And of course, that may be stories that we either see unfold in this world and watch at a distance, or follow even. It just kind of depends. I don't know if you can have siblings leave with a bonded pair. I think you can. Oh, Kenai's heading out, though, it looks like. Okay, that's kind of not what I expected, but you know what? That's neat to see. I think we'll continue on as Aden. Aw, poor Coda. I was kind of hoping they would leave together, but you know what? This makes for an interesting story, too. We'll see where Kenai's path leads him. It's a bittersweet goodbye, but I think they seem like they will do well together. Oh, Huckleberry, I'm sorry. Poor boy. The Grizzly Butte pack. You know what? I can't even be surprised by that. There's an actual grizzly up there, though. Please be careful. That's kind of weirdly poetic, but also, please don't immediately die. Poor Huckleberry seems a little sad, though. I think he kind of had his heart broken. Hopefully he'll find the right wolf eventually, but for now, let's see if maybe we can still find your sister. Oh man, okay. More courtship, apparently. Who is this? The bear trap dispersals. I was not expecting another courtship so soon, but I guess we're still a little ways off from Meadow, so I think Aden's kind of anxious to keep going, but maybe this will be Huckleberry's chance at finding love too. Actually, 21F kind of looks like him too. I think they have a very similar coat. I think the same one with maybe a slightly different tint. All right. This will be interesting to see how this unfolds. He was just kind of feeling let down by having lost the previous dispersal. She chose Kenai over him. I guess this is technically a border hex as well. We're claiming a lot of territory we didn't mean to, but we're not reinforcing the territory we do need to. And with our energy running low, this might force us to sleep kind of close to the borders of our territory, which is always a concern, always a chance of getting attacked. So I'm not sure that this is not a risk we're taking here. Oh boy, what did I just say? What did I just say? Courtship turned into a peril here. Who is this? That's the dispersals. Where is the enemy that's attacking us? I don't actually see them. Oh, here. Who are you? Get off of Denali. Who is this? Who is this? Carpenter Lake. Oh, wait a second. Right. Okay, well, this is a small pack, so you guys are going to be a non-existent pack if you keep this up here. All right, they've given up. They might end up being a non-existent pack if we have now two of our pups settling down on the map, because of course we also have Grizzly Butte, and I think despite the fact that they may eventually compete with him, Aden would still want to help his pups. Poor Huckleberry, though, that kind of cut short the courtship. I'm sure he'll have his chance eventually, but it's got to be another disappointment for the poor lad. I'm just really curious about who's at the end of this scent trail. Whichever of our pups this is was sticking pretty close to this Lava Creek dispersal. I kind of don't want to run up too fast because I'm a little worried we're going to interrupt a courtship. It is Meadow! Is she alone? It seems like she is. All right, I don't think we're interrupting a courtship, but hi, it's so good to see you again. Oh, it makes me feel better that we did find her. I think they had a very rushed goodbye because, again, she left in the middle of a rather trying time, and because of that, we really didn't get to give her a good send-off. I think it's always encouraging for Aden to see that his pups are doing well, especially after losing Blackberry and not really knowing what happened. So he's glad to see she's still doing well for herself and the world. That said, we are completely exhausted, so we might actually end up spending the night out here because I think it's going to be about time to wrap up. We're a little hungry, we're a little tired, fortunately not too hurt, but our pack has gotten a lot smaller and we've still got territory to mark. But we'll have to do that in the next episode because I think it is about time to leave off here for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay. Over and out.